Hey everybody, Tony D and little Joan in the background with a Screenwriter's Rant on Gasoline Alley. Ooh, I like that name. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description if you'd like to support the channel. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys at Amazon.com. Kindle Unlimited is free. Now, Gasoline Alley. Okay, so this guy is accused of murder. A woman ends up dead, and he's connected to 4 women who end up dead. Luke Wilson and Bruce Willis are partners, detectives on the murder. And I think they kind of know he's not the killer. And then it's a story about how, like, you know, sometimes when there's a crime, the cops kind of use a sketchy guy to get at people because they know he can do things that they can't. And he's the main character, this guy. I don't know the actor's name, but he looks pretty intense. Although they're equally credited in this movie, and they seem to all be mostly equally in the movie. I think though the edge is given to the guy in the center. I wish I knew his name. I wish that. Well, we'll find out in the credits. I think there's a credit bump on the end of this, but it looks like it's full of action. Full of action. He's definitely into some sketchy stuff, but he didn't commit these murders, and Luke and Bruce are trying to solve them, but like what's really going on? That's a pretty badass thing. It's called Gasoline Alley. All right, let's see what this actor's name. Starring Devon Sawa. I guess that's his name. So it's Devon Sawa, Bruce Willis, and Luke Wilson. I don't know Devon, but he looks right for the part. You know, he looks sufficiently badass. Seems to have the moves. You know, Bruce is getting up in years. I don't know if Luke Wilson is that much of a badass that he can really do the moves, but he's a good actor. Solid actor. He's not really doing a lot of fighting in here. Devon seems to be doing the share of that. So I think it's mostly going to be about Devon shooting dudes and, you know, fighting his way through the criminal underground to help them solve the murder because otherwise they're going to pin it on him kind of thing. Written by Tom Serchico and Edward John Drake. Directed by Edward John Drake. So it looks cool. It looks cool. From Saban Films, I believe, comes out February 25th in theaters, on digital, and on demand. Rated R. Yeah, this is a rated R movie. Gasoline Alley. I like that name. Gasoline Alley. I think it's the name of a bar in it. Justice gets dirty. See, it's getting dirty. Towards the end of this thing, it gets bloody, and they're shooting guys, and it looks cool. So, like, the first act, probably going to be your standard, this guy gets accused of murder, and then, they have to solve the deal, but they quickly realize that he's not the murderer. He's being framed for, whatever reason. So they're trying to solve the murder, Bruce and Luke, and Devon, he has to solve the murder to clear himself, but he also has to be wary of the underground that he's a part of, the criminal underground. So he's got, everybody after him, essentially, including probably the murderer, and then, it's about who it is. Now, it's likely in a movie like this, either Luke or Bruce betray one or the other. I would put my money on Bruce, but that wouldn't happen until the third act. So you'd have the first act to be the initial murder and the wind up until they sort of decide, okay, yeah, he didn't kill him. Then the second act, it's like Devon is forced to, push his way through the criminal underworld to find out the deal, or else he's going down for it. And then the third act is probably the big betrayal and the big shootout at the end. So, yeah, cool. It's going to be cool. I would see this movie, absolutely. It's old school. It's a bit old school, but you got 2 pretty well-known leads here. I mean, Luke Wilson and Bruce Willis. And then, Devon, not as well-known, at least to me, but seem to have the moves, seem to be doing all the badass stuff you'd expect in a movie. So, and I like the title, Gasoline Alley. So, yeah, I think this is a go. I think this is worth seeing. Would I go to the theaters? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not a movie you necessarily need to see in the theaters. It's not like a big explosion kind of movie. I mean, there are explosions in it. Don't get me wrong, but like, the kind of movie I'd go see on the big screen that I have to go see on a big screen was like Spider-Man. Like I wanted to see that on a big screen because it's kind of a big screen movie with Spider-Man swinging all over the place. This kind of movie, yeah, I might go to the movie theater because I want to see it. Yeah, if my friends want to go see it, but otherwise I'd probably stream it. I think it would be just as good on a stream, but if I'm in the mood for a movie, I'd go. So yeah, Gasoline Alley. Check it out, February 25th. And that's it for me, Tony D. Little Joan, sleeping in the background. Check us out on Bitchute, Odysee, and Rumble for a more base take on the news. And Hollywoke Hot Take is like 50 minutes long today. We'll see you tomorrow.